guys, welcome back to my new video. So this video we are going to see each other for a very long time because since I'm doing my talking video for the first time, uh, it will be a little longer one, but I am super excited for it because I have been planning to do this from very long time, but it was not happening. Finally I thought that if it's not happening then I want to do this because anyhow I had to start it. So I said let's not wait for the right time, just start now. So here I am. This is your Syria and I'm super excited for today's video. So let's start. So these videos are going to be, those thoughts, those things behind my camera when I travel, and those experiences and those tips and everything that I can't tell you on my vlog is going to be here on these kind of videos. If you go to see, like, my actual travel journey started with a solo travel. I went for my first solo trip and it wasn't that after I came back my life changed drastically or anything like that, but of course I came back with many new changes in my life, many new perspectives in my life. So I just thought that I'll note down few things and share with you guys that how solo traveling has changed my life. So let's start with it. So the first change is I became more independent. These are like small things that made me more independent, and it's not like I after the trip I had everything on my own and stuff like that, but no. So it made me independent in very small ways, like it helped me in taking many decisions. Like earlier I used to think a lot about taking decisions, overthink on it, but now it's like I know if I'm taking this decision, it's okay. Like if it's wrong also or if it's right also, it's going to be my decision. It's going to be my independent decision, so it's fine. When you are solo traveling, there is no one else with you. It is you and yourself. So you have to take all the decisions. You don't have any other option, and that's how eventually you become more independent. And this is just one example that I gave you guys, but there are so many other things in which you become more independent. After solo traveling, I realized that okay, you don't need to be dependent on anyone for anything. Like literally, if you can take everything on yourself, if you can do things independently, then trust me, you don't need anything, or trust me, you don't need any help from anyone. So the second change that happened to me due to solo traveling was that my perspective on life started changing a lot. So for example, before my solo trip I was in my own little bubble of my specific friends and my work environment and my family and everything. After I started traveling solo, I met a lot of new people, obviously new culture, new places around, and so many things. So these things that I was around started changing my point of view on life a lot. And it's not like big point of view or something like that, but it's very small little point of view that actually changed my life in different way. It's basically, it taught me how to be happy in small things, like seeing a sunset, being nearby a waterfall, sitting by the river, sitting around people, sitting around new friends, learning things, hearing out their stories, like the list can go on. So it taught me to be happy in very small and specific things. My point of view on life started changing a lot after that. So it was all a culmination of small things, that changed my point of view on life for a big change or anything like that. So the third thing is that, I think this is again a very important, and you guys must have heard it before a lot of times. So solo traveling brings you out of your comfort zone. So this thing is not just with solo traveling. I think travel itself brings you out of your comfort zone a lot, but specifically solo traveling, because in solo traveling you don't have many of the options when you are alone. Hence you have to get out of your comfort zone, and that's how you learn things. So solo traveling brings you out of your comfort zone in not just one specific way, but it's like in many ways. Be it your weather changes, be it your transportation, be it your food, be it your room, or anything like that. So solo traveling plays a huge role in bringing you out of your comfort zone. That's what I have realized. So the fourth point is that this is my favorite by the way. So solo traveling makes you meet a lot of new people. So I would not say that I had many trips in the past or anything like that. I had very few trips, but trust me, in all the trips I have made very close friends of mine from that trips. You meet new people, you meet different kind of people, you learn so many things from that. You learn many new perspectives from those people, and it's kind of very new and refreshing environment for you. So this is also one of the main reason why I prefer staying in hostels rather than in hotels or any other place, because hostel is a place where you meet many new people, and especially many solo travelers stay in a hostel. So that's the place where all the solo travelers meet. And not just that, I think right now group travelers and couples and many of them have started staying in hostels and all that. So I think that is the best environment that you can have around. It's not just that the kind of people that I've met in a trip will stick to that specific trip only. So you kind of build many relations also when you travel. And yeah, of course, at the same time, specifically when you are solo traveling, you should also be careful about people around you, because that is necessary. Like, of course, you need to know who is the one that the person is for you, and who is not the one that is not for you. You really need to make that difference. Like, all of us should make that difference carefully in order to have good things forward. Fifth point is that solo traveling makes you fearless. It has happened to me. So when I say fearless, it's like the kind of fear that always used to hold you back in some way or the other. That fear is gone for you now, because you learn so many things throughout the journey, that after a point you become very fearless physically, mentally, and you are like ready to go for anything. You come to that point for sure after some time. So so it's the best thing, I think, to get yourself out of that fear and do whatever you want to. So the next point is that solo traveling lets you be yourself. When you are solo traveling, there is no one to tell you, that listen, don't do this, listen, don't do that, listen, don't be like this, listen, don't be like that. You are yourself around people. You are yourself when you travel alone, when you go around. So it's basically you are being open to yourself. You accept yourself a lot. You enjoy your company. You fall in love with yourself basically. So this is also again a very important thing. that has helped me to change my life. When you travel solo, you give yourself a lot of more time than in your regular life or your work environment, and that is how you know yourself more. You be yourself, you love yourself, you keep yourself happy, and yeah, so that's the reason, solo traveling really helps you to be yourself. So the next thing is that solo traveling helps you to learn from your own mistakes. So it has happened to me many times in past that, if I have made some certain mistakes in this trip, I will not repeat that mistake in my next trip, because obviously I have learned that. And so that's how you learn from your own mistakes and you apply that to your next trip, and you won't let that happen to you again. So I'll give you few examples here. So I had traveled to Wayanad in India, in South India, and before going to Wayanad, I had to stay for a day or two in Nilambur. So Nilambur is a place nearby Wayanad only. It's around 3 hours away, and I was solo over there, obviously, and I was staying in a hotel. And it happened to me, at night. It was around 3 or 4. Someone tried opening my door, and luckily I had manually locked the door, so obviously no one could come inside. But the worst thing was when I asked them ki matlab, who are you, who's there outside, no one answered me, and that made me more scared. So after that, I really learned that you need to research about where you are staying, uh, what kind of people are around there. So the next point is solo traveling helps you to save money, and I think in order to travel, that is like very important, because of course you can't travel without money. You need your basic cost to travel, and I think solo travel is the best way to save your money, being your stay, your travel, your transportation, your food, or anything like that. It totally helps you to save your money. And of course you can save your money in group also, nothing like that. But there are chances, when we end up spending more in our group trips. So there is no such chances in your solo trip for sure, and that's how you save money in solo trip. So I've kind of covered my next point in my previous point. So it is, solo traveling helps you to enjoy your own company, and I really agree to this. I didn't realize this in my initial trips, but then later on I actually realized that, once you are in your own thing, once you are doing everything on your own, you are with yourself all the time, you are spending your all the time to yourself, and that is how, you start enjoying your company, you start loving yourself, you start taking care of yourself. So eventually those things all start reflecting in your real life also. So the next point is that solo traveling lets you find yourself, and this reason is quite personal to me. This reason is quite apt in my situation, but not necessarily, be same in every other person's situation. So why I'm saying this is because once I started solo traveling, I actually started finding what I like, what I don't like, what is that thing that I want to do rest of my life. Just for example, I realized that, I want to travel rest of my life, because whatever happens to me during travel is like, I find that's the best thing. So, and I just thought about it, and that's how I feel like, I found my thing, that I want to travel. I want to travel more and more and more. Just like, how I found my thing about travel, anyone can find anything, because in those span of time, or that in that period, you are everything by your own self. So you get a hell lot of time to think, a hell lot of time to observe on what's happening in your life and what you should do and what you should not do. So that's how it really helps you to find yourself. So that's how it happens. So I have pretty much covered all my points that I wanted to tell you guys. And the most important thing, the last thing that I want to share is that, so these are the things that I've learned in my solo trips and everything. But these points have actually helped me in my life, where I can, if I can apply these same situations in my some other situation also. So just for example, the getting out of comfort zone part, uh, now I can easily put up myself in any situation where I know that I'm going to go, at the end of the day I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. So I want to do that then. So this is how these all these pointers are not restricted to just that those days when you are traveling or anything like that, but it is very much open to your real life, where you apply things and where you go for it, and where you see yourself changing, where you see your life also changing at the same time. This is how my life changed after solo traveling, and that's the reason it makes me that think that I want to do more, because there are so many things that you can actually do about it and you can actually learn from it. So yeah, this is it for today's video, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. And if you guys love watching my videos, then please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe,